thousands of people are gathered outside a bank. But inside this very bank, a team is preparing to break into a locker considered the most difficult and secure in the world. Will they be able to open such a difficult locker? And even if they do, getting out won't be easy. Why? You'll find out later. The film is called The Wreck. The story begins in the year 1654 inches, the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Caught in a storm, a ship is sinking into the ocean. Bank of Spain heist plan, along with a very special box on board, also sinks into the deep waters. The scene cuts to September 2009. Here, some people are seen searching for the same sunken ship. They have found many valuable items on board. The person searching for the ship is Walter. But Walter's team is still searching the sea because they haven't found the special box we saw sinking at the beginning. After hours of searching, they finally find it. Then comes James, Walter's friend and partner. They're both overjoyed when, suddenly, the Spanish police arrive and seize Walter's team and their ship. The scene cuts to a courtroom, where it's revealed that Walter didn't obtain permission from the Spanish government to search for the ship because it sank so close to Spanish waters. Therefore, the Spanish government decides that all valuables recovered from the ship will remain with Spain. Walter is then talking to a woman named Margaret. Both are actually from England. Margaret is an official with the British government. Until now, the British government had been fully supporting Walter in his quest for the lost treasure. However, due to the Spanish government's lack of support, Walter loses the treasure. The scene then shows the military arriving at the Bank of Spain with the treasure. The bank's security head is named Gustav. The treasure is then taken to a secure location within the bank. The story then moves forward a year to 2010. We are introduced to Tom, a very bright and intelligent young man. He has recently completed high-level engineering studies, and as a result, several major companies are offering him jobs. "Come to our company. We'll pay you this much," he says. "They'll pay you that much." But Tom rejects all the offers because he doesn't like working a normal job like ordinary people. This is why his father is very stressed. He must decide quickly what he wants to do in life. Meanwhile, Tom suddenly receives a message from someone. "Come out." Tom can't figure out who sent him the message. Yet, he goes outside. A man hands him a card. Inside the card's pocket is an address telling him where he needs to be. Tom arrives at a party. He wonders who invited him. Just then, a girl approaches him and takes him a short distance away. She pretends to talk to a man standing nearby and quietly steals his purse. Tom asks, "Why did you steal her purse?" She replies, "I don't have one." But when Tom looks, he finds the stolen purse in her jacket pocket. This means she's a serious thief. She then takes Tom to another location, Francis Drake Treasure Mystery, and introduces him to Walter, whom we've seen before. There, Walter tells Tom, "We're going to steal from the world's most complex and secure locker. It's called the Miracle of Engineering." How does this locker work? How does it open? No one except the bank officials knows this. That's why we need your help. Because Tom is a highly intelligent engineer, Walter believes he can understand the locker's system and open it. At first, Tom is reluctant. But after some thought, he realizes that perhaps this is the unique work he's always wanted to do. So, he returns home and begins researching the Bank of Spain's Miracle of Engineering locker. But he gets the same answer. This locker is impossible for thieves to open. After this, Tom decides to join Walter's team. When he arrives at the airport, he meets the girl again. In her true form, her name is Lauren. Then they travel to Spain together, where they discover that a major football match is currently underway in the country. And not only that, the Spanish national team is also in the quarterfinals. She has reached the finals. After Tom and Lauren arrive at their room, Walter begins introducing Tom to his team. First, there's Klaus, an expert computer hacker. Then there's James, who's always ready for any kind of task. Then there's Simon, who has the ability to arrange everything, no matter how difficult. Now, the key is that Tom will become the mastermind and help them with their entire plan. Walter's team is a little worried because every employee at the Bank of Spain is given a different password, and if someone's password is discovered, the CCTV system could be hacked. Then Tom comes up with an idea. If a bank employee is on leave today, you'll have to call them like the bank staff and tell them that there's an important message from the bank, and they'll need to enter their password to hear the message. Following Tom's advice, Walter's team calls an employee on leave, and as soon as the employee reveals his password, they gain control of some CCTV cameras. However, they don't gain access to all the cameras, they only gain access to a few. Now Tom proves to everyone that he's worthy of joining the team. James and Simmons then go to the train tunnel to find any secret underground passages connected to the bank. Meanwhile, Walter tells Tom that in the 15th century, a man named Francis Drake stole a Firmining treasure from Spain and hid it somewhere. No one knows where he hid it, but he left clues to the location in 3 coins. These 3 coins were kept in a special box. It's important to clarify this. The box Walter is referring to is none other than the one in the Impossible Vault Engineering. In fact, it's the same special box we saw sinking in the sea at the beginning of the film. That box is now safely kept in the Miracle of Engineering locker inside the Bank of Spain. Furthermore, Walter has no shortage of money. So why is he after this treasure? For him, the search for treasure is not just about money, but a hobby and passion. The team then begins planning. CCTV cameras are installed in every corner of the bank, and 500 soldiers are always ready to fix even the slightest problem. This means that entering the bank directly is simply impossible. Therefore, they must find a way to enter through a secret tunnel connected to the bank. Meanwhile, they also have 2 drawings. One drawing was made by someone who previously worked at the Bank of Spain and knew the internal structure of the Miracle of Engineering locker. And the other was a sketch of a statue, about which the team didn't know much. This poses the biggest challenge. To open the locker, they must first understand how it works. But this is precisely what Tom and his team haven't yet figured out: how the locker works from the inside. They then contact the bank's security team and pretend they're coming to clean the bank. Simons obtains permission and also prepares a fake van to look like a cleaning company. Meanwhile, the people of Spain are rejoicing because their football team has won the quarterfinals. Meanwhile, Walter's team faces a new problem. They must go inside the bank and scan the blueprints of the Miracle of Engineering locker with a device. But James can't disguise himself and enter the bank because he was a former soldier, and as soon as he enters, the face scanner will identify him, immediately making the bank staff suspicious. So Tom says, "I'll go inside." The next day, the bank's security chief, Gustav, arrives, accompanied by Simons and Tom, disguised as cleaning staff. Walter's team is watching this on CCTV when Lauren, disguised, also enters the bank. She introduces herself as one of the officers who check the security of the bank's expensive paintings. It's there that she meets Gustav. During their conversation, she hands him a cup of coffee and then takes it back. Why did she do this? This will be revealed later. Simmons then reaches the server room in the basement, and as team escape scene, there, a small device is attached to a special wire, giving Klaus complete control of the bank's CCTV cameras. Meanwhile, Lauren is sent to a separate room under the pretext of examining a painting. She pretends to be examining the painting, while Klaus records her every move. She then attempts to open a small locker in the room. However, Gustav only sees her inspecting the painting in the CCTV footage, as Klaus plays the recorded video on his screen. From the small locker, she finds a key, which she immediately scans. Meanwhile, Tom also reaches an empty room, as the Miracle of Engineering locker is located directly below it. He places a device there and begins scanning the locker. Lauren scans the key and puts it back. At that moment, the bank owner arrives and speaks with Lauren. But he has no idea that she picked up the key. Just as Tom has already set up the scanner, some people suddenly enter the same room for a meeting. However, he is hidden from view because he is downstairs. Meanwhile, Lauren is sent to another room to check another painting, and there she finds another key which she scans. Tom leaves the scanner on for too long, and this mistake alerts the bank's security. The alarm goes off. Security goes on high alert. Even the military is on standby. Just as Lauren is about to put the second key back, the bank owner arrives and immediately takes her out. In the process, the key remains with her. So, Tom quickly reaches her and takes it. Then, he returns to the room and places it back in its original place. A short while later, security personnel arrive to check. Ending explained, they arrive. As soon as the security guards enter the room, Tom immediately pretends to be cleaning up, so no one suspects him. Meanwhile, Gustav also finds everything normal. He can't understand why the alarm went off. He thinks it might have been a short circuit somewhere, and leaves the conversation at that. Then, we're shown that the scanner device, above the room where they placed it, has now created a complete blueprint of what the miracle of engineering locker looks like from the inside. Tom looks at the blueprint and begins to explain. Thick concrete walls surround the locker. There's a tunnel at the bottom and a large water tank at the top. As they see the structure of the water tank, suddenly becomes clear to Tom. In fact, in the same locker room we saw in the drawing at the beginning of the film, there's a large statue holding a weighing scale. This means that if the locker room's weight is even slightly off, all the water from the tank above will pour directly into the locker room, drowning any thief who enters. There's no chance of escape. The key here is that the real challenge isn't opening the locker, but getting inside and coming out alive. Meanwhile, Gustav and the bank owner are completely confused. Everything was fine, yet why did the alarm go off? Both are preoccupied with this question. Meanwhile, Tom also tries relentlessly to find a way to get inside the locker and get out safely. Then, we see James and Simon painstakingly find the tunnel beneath the locker. Inside the tunnel, they see a large machine, and looking at the weight meter on it, everything begins to make sense. Upon seeing the meter, James and Simon realize that what Tom was saying is absolutely correct. If the weight in the locker room increases or decreases even slightly, all the water above will spill into the locker room. In fact, the locker room is located directly above the tunnel. But then James and Simon tell Walter something shocking. If they are to make their way through the tunnel to reach the locker, it will take 15 days to complete. Hearing this, everyone becomes disheartened because everyone is currently focused on the football match, and the match will end in 15 days. This means that everyone's attention will once again be on the bank, making the robbery nearly impossible. In this troubled atmosphere, Walter looks out the window and notices something. All the bank's CCTV cameras are pointed at the crowd, watching the football match on the street. Seeing this, the team comes up with a new idea. If it's impossible to enter through the tunnel, why not enter through the bank's roof? The perfect day would be the day of the football final, when the entire country would be immersed in the match. The team decides to commit the heist on the day of the final. Meanwhile, Gustav receives news from the bank's real cleaning company that none of their employees have entered the bank in the past 2 days. Clearly, the person who caused the outrage in the name of cleaning the bank was someone else. Gustav immediately creates fake profiles of Simon and Tom and informs the bank owner, along with the evidence, that someone has tried to break into our bank. We have to be more careful. This news gradually reaches Walter's team, and Gustav now fully suspects Simon and Tom. This means their true identities are almost revealed, and then Walter immediately calls Margaret. He says, 2 people from our side have disappeared. They've been arrested by the English police. You have to inform the Bank of Spain of this. Only then will we be able to proceed. Margaret agrees. Meanwhile, Gustav is at the bank. While preparing to double security, he suddenly receives a message. Simons and Tom have been arrested in England for being thieves. Hearing this, the tension at the bank eases a bit. Meanwhile, Lauren brings Tom to a pub and opens her heart to him. After Dad passed away, the only person who could take care of me was Walter. That's why I work for him. Just then, Tom notices that the bartender is freezing glasses, and a brilliant idea springs to mind. He places a glass filled with water on a weighing machine. The glass's weight is immediately displayed. But when he freezes the same glass with nitrogen and places it back on the machine displays no weight. He explains this idea to the team. If the weight detection machine in the tunnel is frozen in the same way, the team can easily go to the locker room and return, and the machine will not even notice. Everyone finds this plan perfect. So, Simons is tasked with going into the tunnel and freezing the machine. After this, extensive preparations begin. Meanwhile, it is discovered that they have already removed Gustav's fingerprints from the coffee cup that Lauren gave to Gustav and then took back. Meanwhile, Walter purchases 3 antique coins. Why this is important will be explained later. Then, 2 duplicate keys are prepared, exactly the same as the 2 keys that Lauren scanned at the bank. Now, all preparations are complete. They have to enter the bank tomorrow, so the entire team goes to rest. This is where we learn an important information. This team doesn't want the treasure seized by the Spanish government. They only want the special box containing the 3 coins, as these coins could provide clues to the location of Francis Druck's hidden treasure. The next day, all of Spain is preoccupied with preparing for a football match. Klaus sits in front of his computer system. Inside the tunnel, Simons prepares to freeze the weight detection machine, while Walter monitors the entire operation from a distance. Meanwhile, James, Tom, and Lauren reach the bank's roof using ropes. Meanwhile, Gustav has tightened the security measures. However, the 3 remove a glass panel from the top and slowly descend into the bank, reaching a room from there. Moving through the air ventilation duct, they reach the elevator section. Upon descending, they see a large bridge, but it's already disconnected. So they set up a ladder. Tom and Lauren reach the other side first. James also begins to climb, but his weight is so great that the ladder wobbles violently. James nearly falls, but Tom quickly catches him, saving his life. Moving forward, they find a door. After much effort, Klaus cracks the password and tells the court. As they enter the password, the door opens, finally leading them to the special locker containing the miracle of engineering. Once inside, they enter Gustav's fingerprints, which they had previously taken, into a device, and then insert the duplicate keys they had kept ready and turn them, opening the locker. When they look inside, they see gold statues, and the treasure box is kept safe inside. But going in directly is still impossible. Simmons, who is in the tunnel, begins spraying nitrogen on the large machine, trying to freeze it. He sprays all the nitrogen he has, but even then, the locker doesn't completely freeze. This makes everyone think the plan has failed. But then, slowly, the locker begins to freeze. As they enter, the machine is completely frozen. Therefore, it can no longer support their weight, and the 3 men begin searching for the special box containing the 3 coins. But the machine also begins to unfreeze very quickly. Meanwhile, Gustav's team spots a pigeon inside the bank, and when they look for it, they find the same spot where James and his team had entered the bank after removing the glass. This means that Gustav realizes someone has entered. Meanwhile, Walter and his team also realize that Gustav has discovered their presence inside. Therefore, Walter cannot escape. He demands that they surrender now. But James, at gunpoint, demands that they give him the box containing the 3 coins. James is deceiving Walter and his team. Everyone realizes this, and at the same time, the locker door closes because the machine has unfrozen and their weight is now being detected again. Meanwhile, Gustav's team has also learned everything. Therefore, the military, fully prepared, stands guard over the bank. Meanwhile, water begins to fill the locker. Just then, James grabs the box containing the 3 coins and starts swimming in the direction the water is coming in. The other 2 men can't move fast enough. Just then, Tom. It's understood that the water flow will stop only when the locker is completely filled with water. This means they must convince the weighing machine in the tunnel that the locker is filled with a large amount of weight, meaning water. Therefore, Simon in the tunnel places all the blank cylinders he has on the machine to increase the weight. Meanwhile, as soon as Gustav's team removes the small device Simon had installed in the server room to hack the CCTV, Gustav regains complete control of the cameras. Tom, inside the locker, manages to remove the camera. Meanwhile, James manages to escape the locker, and Simon, in the tunnel, places so much weight on the machine that it overloads, stopping the flow of water. Because of Tom's removal of the camera, Walter and Klaus now have no idea whether Tom and Lauren are alive or not. Meanwhile, as Gustav arrives at the locker room with his team, he finds no one inside. This means Tom and Lauren have escaped. Walter suddenly hears Tom and Lauren's voices in his earphones as they manage to escape the bank and find themselves in a crowded area. The military is also pursuing them. However, they quickly change into football uniforms, making them difficult to identify. The Spanish team wins the final match. Celebrations erupt across the city. The crowds are so large that Tom and Lauren manage to escape easily. Walter then goes to meet Margaret and discovers that James was actually working for her, stealing the coin box and giving it to Margaret. After a brief conversation, James leaves. Margaret then has the 3 coins examined, and it is immediately revealed that they are not real but fake. Walter had already purchased 3 old coins. Lorraine had discreetly replaced them as soon as she found the real coins in her locker. This means Walter knew from the beginning that James was working for Margaret. Now, Walter has the 3 real coins, and the markings on these coins hold the complete location code to a massive treasure hidden by Francis Druck. When they decode the clues, they discover that the treasure is hidden beneath the Bank of England. Lorraine then disguises herself and arrives at the Bank of England. This means a major heist is about to begin here too. This is where the movie ends. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please comment and tell us who your favorite character was in this movie. And if you enjoyed the video, please like it.